football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, we've had time to process David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, and the aftermath and what took place. And let me just say, tip of the cap goes to both men. Once again, I feel like in boxing, we're so quick to criticize, we're so quick to ostracize, we're so quick to be bitter. And you know, a lot of boxing fans can sound like, you know, women when it's that time of the month. But, you know, when the fighters step up and they give you the fights that you ask for, then and then they go out there and they actually put on a really worthy fight for the fans, you got to give them their props and their just due. So tip of the cap goes to both of them. But this video right here in particular, this video is going to be more centered around the Mexican monster himself, because I think over the last, for me at least, and I'm speaking only for me, I think for me, over the last like 2 years on this channel, we've poked a lot of fun at Benavidez. You know, I've maybe been a little critical of him, but man, you know, it's time to appreciate the Mexican monster. It's time to give David Benavidez his just due, because the same, you know, like the same feeling that I used to get watching Benavidez when he first came onto the scene years ago when he beat Porky Medina, I feel like I kind of regained a little bit of that watching this fight, you know, honestly. Because for once, for the first time, he got that win that he needed. He got that opponent that he needed against Caleb Plant, you know, former world champion, you know, top guy in the division. And I feel like he answered a lot of questions. You know, it got off to a rocky start. Caleb Plant was all the way in his bag early, but unfortunately, you know, I like Caleb Plant, but for all the things he does great, he throws his punch at the same speed and tempo. He's got the same cadence on his punches all the time. So, like, you know, if you're a smart fighter or an elite fighter like Benavidez or Canelo that have any sort of firepower, eventually, you know, you look bad early, but you'll pick up on it. And that's why, as much as I wanted to pick Caleb Plant, and I like Caleb Plant, I would not move off of my original David Benavidez pick, because I didn't think Caleb Plant fighting and throwing punches with that USA Nationals pace and cadence was going to do anything to David Benavidez long term in the fight. Although I will confess I was rooting for him and it didn't happen. But listen, a lot of fighters, they talk a good game, they sell wolf tickets. You know, I'm gonna start here. A lot of fighters, they talk a good game. They sell wolf tickets, like Tony Harrison versus Tim Tszyu. Tony Harrison versus Tim Tszyu comes to mind. You know, he talked a good game, and then when push came to shove and it was time to really, you know, go out there and fight, he didn't quite live up to it. But like David Benavidez, he made a claim, which was the claim that he loves to make, which is, you know, that he was going to put Caleb Plant in the hospital. Now, it's a big claim, but we have to ask ourselves the question, did David Benavidez live up to that claim? Did he put Caleb Plant in the hospital? The answer is a resounding yes, he did. Caleb Plant was not at the press conference. Caleb Plant did not do any post-fight interviews outside of the post-fight interview he did with Jim Gray. So with that being said, he delivered. He absolutely delivered. Now, he delivered. You know, I saw a fighter in Benavidez throughout the build-up that was gracious to the fans, that really actually seems to give a fuck about the fans, which I think is kind of rare in this day and age, because a lot of fighters and a lot of athletes, not just fighters, but athletes in general, they get grown up being told that they're great, and they get grown up being told that they're God's gift to the world. And here you have a guy like Benavidez who actually cares about his fans and the boxing fans and give people the great fights. So I can't ever hate a guy like that. I think for me, just got a little frustrating around Plant Canelo fight week when people started saying that David Benavidez is the only guy that can beat Canelo, which I thought was ridiculous, you know, because there was other guys like Beterbiev and Bivol, and we found out what happened when Canelo fought Bivol. But good to see him finally get that win. I know that this has to be a bit of a sigh of relief for him, because there's been a lot of frustration in his career. Like years ago, he wanted to leave PBC, go to Top Rank when Top Rank had Gilberto Ramirez, and he was trying to make that fight happen. And there was a whole thing with like or he tried to sign a contract at Top Rank, and then he went back with Samson, and you know, so that kind of I feel like has stalled his career. But he's delivered. He's delivered a promise as far as putting Caleb Plant in the hospital. He's won his rivalry fight. He has definitely put on a great fight for the fans. And, you know, shout out to him, the Mexican Monster. Shout out to the Mexican Monster, man. I got nothing bad to say about him anymore. Once you actually go out there and you deliver, and no matter how much trash I talk, and I talk some trash, you know. And listen, he's the Mexican Monster, but he's still also the Dominican Monster. He still is the Mongoose Monster as well. So don't forget that. But you know, Canelo has to take care of John Ryder May 6th, right? That's the fight he's got to take care of. Should he do that, then, you know, I think ideally, for boxing fans' sake, you know, Benavidez, I think, has done more than enough to earn the fight. I mean, he's been multiple time super middleweight champion, youngest super middleweight champion in history, and he beat the shit out of the guy that Canelo also knocked out, and Caleb Plant, who's a legitimate top tier upper echelon fighter in this division. So I can't, like, all the claims that even I used to make about Benavidez fighting guys who are 54 and 60 pounder, you can't really say that no more, because now he's fought an elite, a true elite 168 pound fighter, an elite super middleweight fighter. So yeah, it's time to just appreciate the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez, El Bandera Roja. And you know, great fight. Congrats to him. Congrats to Caleb Plant as well for being a great dance partner and not making excuses and being a man about it. And we will see what happens with David Benavidez. But I definitely think, you know, at this point in time, I will say, more than ever, more than any point in his career, David Benavidez, when he calls out Canelo, actually has a claim now. He has a real legitimate gripe and claim with Canelo. So let's see what happens with Canelo and Ryder, and then we'll see what happens from there. But I personally don't think Benavidez is getting the fight next. I think more than likely you wind up seeing Canelo trying to get the rematch with Bivol, and maybe Benavidez has to fight either like David Morrell, because you see like the WBA is trying to get them to the fight, and I'll talk about that in a separate video. But you got that, and you guys might not like this, but you know, David Benavidez might have to fight like Christian and Billy, who just won a WBC Eliminator on Thursday of this past week. So there's that. But God willing, if we can't get Canelo versus Benavidez next, then hopefully serve up, you know, let Charlo and Andrade finally settle their score like Plant Benavidez did, and then serve up the winner of that to David Benavidez, because at this point, you know, I don't really think either one of them has been in the ring or active enough to beat David Benavidez. And I think Benavidez's youth and his volume and things like that, it's going to be a little bit too much for either Charlo or Andrade at this point, and it is what it is. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Just wanted to come out here and be fair, and you know, when a guy delivers, you got to come out here and really, you know, humble yourself. And I mean, I wasn't wrong. I picked him to win the fight, but I'm just saying, humble yourself as far as his performance, because it started off shaky, but he closed it off in great fashion. And you know, I think he would have got a stoppage if it wasn't for Kenny Bayless and his normal ways. But that's also another topic for another video. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. You know, what do you guys think about Plant Benavidez and Benavidez's performance in particular? You know, and do you guys think now he has a more legitimate claim to the Canelo fight than he's ever had before? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.